Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back. We are continuing our playthrough on Manor. I hope you are enjoying it. We are coming to a head in this episode. Of course there will be time warps. We will look to get Wolbrand up to level 6. I think small city. I can't remember the name of all the levels. And we will be doing this hopefully with some beautiful inter-region trade. We have activated our Dyer's Workshop. This is because we managed to harvest about 250 apples, and none of these are fully grown orchards. So I'm very much not worried about our future food supply. We're of course still exporting all of our salt, just got to put down some more burgage plots, and everybody's looking fine and dandy except for ale. Now we are up to 64 ale. We have 27 malt coming in, and if we come down and just double check things in Greysdale, where we still have some barley being converted, we have 18 malt. So from those numbers, from what's currently potentially in transport and what's currently around, that's about another 40 malt from here. What did we say in here? About 30? Yeah, about 30, about another 70. Each malt now makes 2 ale. That's about another 140 ale, about 200 a year. Now that's not quite enough, but it should keep us going for now. So I'm going to go and turn our tavern back on. And with that being turned back on, we should very soon be able to upgrade all of these to level 3. I'm probably going to do all 4. I mean, we only need 3 or higher to get to the next level, but after that we're going to need more anyway, so may as well just go for them all if I have a chance. Now, I've just gone and thrown down a blacksmith and a tailor shop. The tailor shop, mostly because I wanted to double check what does what. So to get some hoods for clothes, or clothes, you need linen and dyes. To get some cloaks, you need yarn and dyes. And to make some gambesons, you need double linen. Now, our linen comes from one place, and one place only. That would be Greysdale. So, let's come down to Greysdale, and let's have a quick look. We have 101 linen. Now, I have a feeling there's a possibility that I am selling linen. Yes, I am. Let's stop that. There'll be no external trading. It's not like we need the money. We have over 2,500 gold in Greysdale. And we don't really need any money ourselves either. As you can see, we've gone and taken the whole map. There's going to be no bandits. There are no raiders on this, just for what I was testing to do on this game. And there's also no baron, so he's not going to be a problem either. So we are just at the stage now where we need to see how well we can make this work. And so with that, let's come and look at our pack stations. Right, so let's send some linen. Gonna be with Wolbrand. Now the question is, what do I take in return? Do you know what, for now, let's just start this off, as we always do. Let's just say salt. We don't need the salt. Got 93 currently. Because what we also should be thinking of doing is figuring out what comes from which region, because then it can be directed through Wolbrand out the other side. Now, that's maybe not the most efficient way of doing it, but it can be repurposed in Wolbrand, because of course this is where we are going to have all of our artisans. So with that, what's the point? Let's go and double check. Yes, we can go and upgrade these 3. I'm going to go and do that. We have the materials. Go and make sure they have a habit of turning on the allow market stall setup, at least when I've upgraded these bits and bobs. Let's turn that off. Let's go and upgrade. I've gone and built a second granary. So I'm going to keep things all upgrading. We'll upgrade all of these to allow a second family so that Wolbrand can continue to grow. Beautiful. And so, like I said, I'm now going to do a time warp, and in that time warp, in the interim, obviously all of this is going to upgrade. We will get Wolbrand up to the level of a small town, and we will continue to improve our trade. I'm going to take a quick stock as to who produces what and who has what as a deficit. So, you'll bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, for what will be the flash of an eye. I will just try and figure out exactly who needs to be trading with who. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have been moving on, and we are doing some pretty good things. Warbrand is growing. We have a problem with ale, but I've always had a problem with ale in this game, so I'm not quite sure what that actually all equates to. Now, do I have a tailor? I'm sure I do. Yes, he's disabled. Advanced. Ah, you can be undisabled. And start getting some gambesons. We are now basically starting to make artisanal products in Warbrand. So we are making small shields. We are making, or we were making polearms. We're now trading those away. We now have 36. Where's my armor? Go and pause my armor. We now have 36 helmets, which means we will go and trade these.
So fresh it's practically still mooing.
So fresh it's practically still mooing. We will trade these out to Greystale for their malt in a couple of months. The polearms are going to Goldhof, where we will make a militia, which we will then follow up with helmets. The small shields are going to go to Farbarrow because I accidentally made 60 swords, so I could do with getting some small shields and making a small arms militia. We will then, of course, follow those out with helmets. We have started to make some gambesons. Those will flow out. I'm not even sure who to, but to everybody, basically. Not all of them will get used. There will not be enough level 2s in each little village for the flow to go out and fill up the what am I looking for? To fill up the militia unit. Now, of course, this can't quite be synergized perfectly using pack stations. There is, of course, you could say I could start trying to use trading posts. But again, I don't think trading posts are quite there for interregional trade just yet. Also, if we could do it for total goods and not surplus goods when we come to setting limits, that would also be a beautiful addition in my eyes. Because, for instance, I could tell them to trade out 30... I could tell my armor to keep making helmets. And then I could tell him to trade out to 36 total, not surplus, to all 3 regions. Then I could set his build limit to another 36, and that would allow me to get a militia unit in all 4 regions with helmets. Just like that. It would be beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. It would be beautiful. But unfortunately, we're not quite there yet, so it does take a little bit more of a manual touch. We have also started to trade out apples to Farbarrow because they're kind of short of usable food. They have 2 good sources. As you can see, they have so many vegetables, it's alarming. And they have a lot of berries, but they don't really have a 3rd food source, which now they are getting, which will be helping all of their level 3 burgage plots to be happy. Now, of course, again, over here, as I went and said, yep, as you can see, lack of entertainment. We kind of have a problem with ale. Like I said, I've always had a problem with ale because, I don't know. Like I said, I feel that every single burgage plot and every single person in my village drinks ale, not just the eligible people. Because if that were the case, you could make it so you only upgrade single plots to level 3. Now, admittedly, I've gone and done some double plots because I want my orchards to look pretty. And because I believe it doesn't work. But as I was saying, you'd only upgrade your single plots, at which point every single level 3 would only have 2 families. One family consumes 1 ale every 3 months, I think it is. So 4 ale per year. So if you only had to do single plots, even then, we would come down here. Where's my thing gone? I have no idea. Warbrand. Yeah, that is what I want. Well, hey, burgage plots. So level 3 or higher, 10. That would only be 20 families. For a full year, for 20 families, you would only need a staggeringly small amount of 80 ale, which is almost nothing. Currently, through my trade mechanics, I should be producing I mean, I did work it out. It's something like 150 barley, I think I'm about to go and produce. That should all end up becoming 300 ale with the new changes. So that means if I played this smartly and if it was only my eligible families who drank it, although of course I suppose there is actually my burgage level 2s also do drink it. But either way, you could obviously you make your level 2s into your level 3s because they count because it's level 2 or higher. Like I said, you'd be drinking 80 to 100 a year. You should be making hundreds of surplus of ale every single year. One county or one region should be able to provide enough ale for itself and another region to be able to be up in the regions of a small city. But I have always struggled with ale on this game. I'm pretty sure I just breed alcoholic villagers, to be honest. And then that's the end of my ale. I would also like to see some form of scrumpy or cider, which would make another use for the apples. Wow, I've got so many vegetables here as well. People they're just not eating their vegetables. And look at 318 sausages. How many sausages do we have over in Goldhof? The sauce. 232. Well, let's just say food is not a problem. With food not being a problem at all, which is all a level 1 burgage plot needs, that and fuel. Fuel is also not really a problem for me at this stage. We've got lots of people. Let's go and make a bit more charcoal. Woodcutter's Lodge is going just fine. Let us go and continue. Although, like I said, I think this is a little bit detrimental because I think all these people are drinking my ale. What can I say? They're all just alcoholics. Okay, all of these have been upgraded to allow 2 families. And let's continue to grow this village. I am going to build a road there. And go and throw down some more residences. Snap the roads. Let's snap 2 roads. These can all go and become doubles as well. And we have this weird corner one, which simply goes and becomes its own burgage plot. Right in here. Because, of course, we want this town to be huge. It can be supported. It will be done. And as I said, the trade. So how are we doing? We have 36. Of course, yes, the helmets aren't going anywhere yet. The pole arms have been removed. So, I'm going to assume, 37 pole arms in Goldhof. Beautiful. Now, who is getting my pole arms? You were trading for sausages. Once we have, in fact, so what I'm going to go and do is, well, we were in June. I think I've got the time. Let's go and grab you guys your helmets. Where are your helmets? Helmets. 1 for 1. A helmet is worth as much as a sausage, ladies and gentlemen. So what that means is you actually just go and pause for a second. Work area is empty. Oh, right, yes. So there you go, got him. It was these guys. Because of course this space up here on my hill, which unfortunately does have a couple of trees left in it, but hopefully that'll disappear. We are going to go and build a massive manor house on top. So I'm going to go ahead and start building that now, because this is how it always should look. Go and turn the manor house around. You will, of course, face the village. You... Oh, yes. Potentially finishing off that tree. Good. We want our manor about... here. I'm hoping that went and deleted that tree. And then, of course, walls. Not walls and gates. Outer towers. Gonna go and dot them around to increase my build area. None of these are, of course, actually going to stay. But we just want to, of course, build a beautifully large manor area. Then, our first thing will be our garrison tower. Will, of course, face into the manor. We, of course, want our tax office, which let's have facing the right way. Go just there. Let's place a road just... That's not a road. Yeah, no. That just definitely said remove this road. Okay, that is one funky looking road. Interesting. Go and close our castle planner. Move this road. There's an odd one. Go, there's a proper road. Go and build that road there. And we'll come back to this castle planner very shortly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have our manor house being built in the background, along with a whole bunch of new burgage plots. All of which will have a second house put in them. But first, I'm going to go and finish off my manor house, because it is going to be glorious. And whilst that is going on, we have small shields coming out to Farbarrow. We have gambesons coming out to Goldhoff, along with, I believe, helmets. Well, we definitely have some gambesons. I think we have some helmets as well. Yep, we have helmets coming out as well. And we've just gone and created 38 spears. Why? Because they don't know how to count and they never quite stop at 36. Now, where's my blacksmith? Alright, you calm down. They never quite respect the limit, but it's okay. One or two more didn't hurt. Never hurts anybody. Now, I'm not going to go and create the army. These spears are going to be so that I can create a spearman unit here. So my joiner's shop. Now, let me see. Nope, they're going to be pole arms. They're going to be small arms. So you can now focus on shields. And you can make me 36. Or most probably 37. Maybe 39. Who knows? Now, of course, these guys do have crossbow militia. Equipment is missing. I had 2 crossbows spare. Huh. Maybe it was from when the house got hit by a lightning strike. Let's go and... we have someone here who is... important. Burgage plot, burgage plot. Oh, maybe in fact it was... I wonder if it was my joinery that got burnt down. I wonder indeed. Level 2, level 2, level 2. So there's 3 of my level 2s there. Ah, and these 2. Nope, here he is, my bowyer. So, advanced. I want 2. Yes. Waiting, waiting, waiting. What are we waiting on? Of course, they cost iron parts. So I need to go and get myself a couple of iron parts. And send them over to Greysdale. So if we come to my blacksmith, who is disabled. Let's choose iron parts. I'm going to make 4. And let's unpause him. Now, of course, I've got to make 4, which means I'll probably end up with 5 or 6. But, hey, never mind. And the helmets are gone. Let's go ahead and slow down because That means that over here in Goldhof, we have our 36 helmets. Which means at our pack station that is trading for helmets, we'll simply go ahead and pause you a second. And then over here down in Greystale... No, wait, we need to... You know, unfortunately, as you can see, this is all very... Is it perfectly synergized? I believe it works really well. However, it is very manual because you have to keep doing things in stages. Let's unpause the helmet maker and let's get 36 more helmets. And then we will get those helmets down here to Greystale where linen for salt, malt for helmets. That's what we want to see. Now, what have we got? 135 barley so far. Is that where we're all square? Okay, so 135 barley and 16 malt. So yeah, about 150 all up. So I should make 300 ale. 300 ale should be enough to keep this place going for about 2 years. We'll see how long it is until they complain that there's no ale in the house. And this person's also complaining there's no clothing store requirements, which is strange because there really should be. Although these people, they seem to refuse to make any more clothing stores, which is always a bit fun. What have we got? Clothing is only covering 77%. Well, if I was nice and I let all of you make some stalls as well. There you go, one's just gone up. Is it a firewood? Oh, we don't know. Firewood stall. Clothing stall. Right, let's turn you off. I'm assuming... I don't know where the other... Who is currently manning... it is the warehouse worker. That's all good. So hopefully that'll sort out our clothing problem. And 11 helmets. 21 large shields. 22 gambesons. So, as I said, let's see how much... think, more to the point, are we even still transporting malt? Malt for helmets. Malt for salt. Yes, that should still be happening. We still actually have some salt left in our rich deposit. I mean, we won't run out because they're all deep mines. We still actually have some salt left. And we have 862 in stock. Let's probably calm down on the old salt mining because we were actually getting a bit low. But that's no longer happening. Now, my tailor's shop, which is currently disabled. We have lots and lots of yarn. We also have some dyes. Yarn and dyes will allow me to make some cloaks. Do I want there to be a limit? Not really. Let's go ahead and unpause that for now. And then if we come over here... Now this will get me level 2 clothing over here. Which, again, if I was going to keep pushing things, would be fantastic. Advanced. Your yarn for apples. Got iron slabs for small shields. How many small shields do we have? Enough. Let's go iron slabs for cloaks. Also, over here. Hides for gambesons. How many gambesons do we have? 25. Still trading. Sausages for helmets. 36 helmets. Sausages for cloaks. And then over here down in Greystale, I'm going to change, if I can find where I've left them. The malt is also going to be for cloaks. So that will get all of my regions in level 2 clothing. All coming from Wallbrand. However, all the supplies coming from everywhere else, quite frankly. Dyer's Workshop. I said advanced. Not to drop below 300. I'm going to go and call that 250 because I have no worries about my food at all in Wallbrand. And this is even at the point of... Oh no, we are starting to get our fully grown orchards. They've only just come in. And I'm still making hundreds of apples every year. And I'm even exporting apples to fire barrow. Who would have thought that my main city is in fact keeping fire barrow in its third food source? And so other than the fact that I will not have any ale, because that is going to be the biggest problem, and like I said, it's always my biggest problem on this game, I will soon have level 2 clothing, which admittedly I could have made here, but as I said, I wanted all artisanal work, or almost all artisanal work. Admittedly, I have a crossbow maker down here who should be able to be turned off again now. Ah, no, wait, of course, yes. We are making iron parts, I believe. Where are my iron parts? 4 iron parts, yes. My blacksmith. Yep, that was you. You can now be turned on to pause. And of course, then we need to trade those iron parts down to here. So linen for iron parts. For now. I mean, it's not going to last very long in trade. We're going to trade almost nothing, quite frankly, because 1 linen is worth 0.4 iron parts. Now, if I had 5 iron parts... Well, actually, let's very quickly unpause you and get 1 more iron part. Then I can technically trade 5 linen for 2 iron parts, and it all works out to actually be whole numbers. I don't know how it exactly works if it's not whole numbers, but I'm a little bit worried that it goes sideways. There you go. Now, I now have 6 iron parts. You can be paused again. I now have 10 iron parts. How did they figure this stuff out? I now have 8 iron parts. I don't know. I don't know, folks. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yes, we have... It's all working. Everything's going out. Everything's coming in. We have 37 helmets. Am I making helmets? I am. Let's go and pause the helmet making. Am I trading helmets is the biggest question. I don't think so. This should have been turned off. Now, of course, like I said, this is the only unfortunate part of having beautiful trade going back and forth. Is the fact that... Nobody even in that one. Hide for gambesons. Sausages for cloaks. So no, you are no longer getting... You are still getting your gambesons, that's fine. You can keep getting those. And so over here... Oh no, wait. So next, for helmets... Let's go and... Molt for helmets. Turn that on. We will get our helmets down in Greystale. And so all of this is keeping us in supply. And multiple points. So hey, everybody now has a beautiful amount of ale. With that, I want to go and upgrade my other 2 orchards. Now, once again, not the most efficient way to do it, because if it's per family, I am now going to have 4 families as opposed to 2, because being level 2, they still would have drank the ale if it all works out. I would now have 4 families drinking ale in each of these. So I am doubling them. Doubling 1 to 2. Again, it's a doubling, but it's nowhere near as severe. So what should be happening is I should be upgrading these ones. Now, question is, how many am I going to need to get to a small city? Well, we're going to do some upgrading, and then I will be back in a flash. I'm also going to see if I can finish off my manor house. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we come to an end. We just want, well, we don't have to. I want to build our manor. All of it's finishing going up now. It's going to take a long time and a lot of resources. And I need to upgrade 4 more level 2 burgage plots so that we can become a large town. That will be the end of Wolbrand, the end of this playthrough. We have managed to, whilst all this goes on in the background, we just need to get a supply of ale coming in. We're getting the malt coming through our trade system. So yes, we did run out in the year. And that just leaves us to show that over here we have helmets, gambesons, sidearms, and small shields. Let's go and have a look a second. Iron slab for gambesons. Let's go and pause that. And that will allow us to make a small... Oh, a miniature footman unit. over here in... What's this? What's this item I see here? I don't recognize that. Is that supposed to be a gambeson? Surely not. I don't quite know. There you go. We some of them will wear gambesons, some of them will not. Over here in Goldhof, it's not showing us what we actually have, because we do have polearms, gambesons, helmets, which means, and once again, go and create a militia of polearms. And they will, once again, be all fully equipped. Down here, over in Greysdale, we have managed to deliver helmets. I actually think we might be shy on those gambesons down here for Greysdale. We actually are. So, over here in Wolbrand, we have gambesons. No, we do not. That is easily rectified. Go to advanced. We click on gambesons. We make 36 more gambesons. Now, as long as nobody is trading with us for them, which I don't think they are. You're paused, so you're not going to be getting anything. I'm pretty sure over here... Yes, you are also paused. You are not. You're grabbing cloaks, which is all good. And over here, down in Greysdale, we are swapping malt for salt. I think malt for salt as well, just because I wanted to get the malt moving. Linen for helmets. How about linen? It will be for gambesons, but we're going to keep you paused. But of course, you have to keep your limits all worked out. So we're going to get up to 36 gambesons, whilst everything continues to make, whilst I then manage to upgrade these last 4 burgage plots once our malt comes in and gets churned into ale. And I shall see you back in a flash for the finished look. And so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. After a lot of time warps and a lot of fast forwarding off screen, we have made it. As you can see, we've got our beautiful militia all helmeted up. Most of, well, some have gambesons, depends on the level of the settlement. Turns out none of the crossbowmen come from any level 2 settlements. Those people are apparently excused military service. We have gone and made it to a large town. So we're going to go and get our master armor making. Now, of course, so if we were continuing to play, we would then start making plate armor and delivering 24 plate armor to every single region for their retinue. Because, of course, everyone needs to be outfitted with the best. And so with that, everybody is upgraded. We have upgraded Wolbrand to a large town whilst importing and exporting. Has it been perfect? No. Has it been seamless? No. It has taken a fair bit of manual intervention, but it can be done. And with hopeful future improvements, you will be able to set things up and walk away. Of course, then over here we have our beautiful manor house. 2 little areas of woods, so you know, hey, a man's got to go hunting. We've got our own personalized church because, yeah, again, you know, sometimes we need to get up and pray. Sometimes we want to pray in peace. We don't want to be with the rabble. And then, so down here, we've got all our burgage plots. We've got a couple of stone churches. Our fancy area, a lot more level 2s and level 3s, all in this area in here. Here we have a newer district, the poorer district so far, but who only knows what would happen with Wolbrand in the future. I mean, we do have some ruins down here. Maybe they'd get rebuilt. Maybe they'd find a way to get some fertility into the soil. Who only knows? And so for my last act, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go and produce, I wish I could remember, our new Spear Militia unit, fully helmeted, mostly with mail shirts, somewhat with gambesons, but all fully outfitted, looking smart, looking good. And we have achieved this through the act of pack stations and regional trade. Ladies and gentlemen, it is done. We have got there. We have a system of goods in, goods out to this beautiful castle town where all of our artisans now live. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed the series. I hope you have enjoyed seeing what is capable. I mean, look at all of these people running around. We have 272 people here. It's not by anywhere and far a extremely large number. There are numbers out there in the thousands. But we have managed to get some beautiful regional trade. We've got 4 regions on the go. We didn't need any more than that. Any more than that would have just been excessive. And so, as I said, we are leaving it there. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you will come back for the next series, which will be on the main branch, so might have a week or so delay, although I am expecting all of this to be finalized and go to the main branch very soon, and we will decide what we attempt to do. And so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining me once more, and until we see you again, I hope that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy.